time I'm making this video, we're nearly 24 hours after Donald Trump surrendered himself to the Georgia authorities for the charges that he's facing, stemming from the fact that he tried to steal the 2020 election, along with 19 others. Now, of course, we know the MAGA are trying to profit off this and everything else. We know that Donald Trump is going to try and fundraise off of this. But what's really sad and what's really sickening me is the fact that the MAGA are still standing next to this guy. Now, I understand about standing next to a man, standing for a man, of political reasons. I get it. I understand it. But this has gone way too far. It's gotten to the point where, matter of fact, what I'm about to read you is a statement that I made, that I posted just as last night Donald Trump was being arrested. And trust me, you're gonna make some questions or innuendos about me. It's already been happening all over the place. I posted it on so many right-wing sites. I posted it on so many Donald Trumper sites. I posted it when he was being arrested on Facebook pages. And I've been called everything in the book because of it. But honestly, it's time that someone told the truth about it. Take a listen to this. I feel so incredibly sorry for all of you. I feel so incredibly sorry for all of you. You would all sell out your souls and your country to a man who would let you die if you asked him for help. Imagine, if you will, that you're on board the Titanic and you have only room in the lifeboat for yourself and your family. And you see Trump on the deck, hoping to survive the sinking. In the last 7 years, you have proven to me and to the rest of this country that you would pull yourself and your family off that lifeboat to save Trump. Hence my original comment. You would die for him, and once more, you would let your families die for him. You all complain about gas prices and inflation, but you say Donald Trump will fix everything as long only if he's the president. You complain about abortions, about babies being killed, but say nothing about mass shooters. You cheered when Roe v. Wade was overturned, but you say nothing about other constitutional rights being stripped away. You scream about respect for the flag, but then you support a man who's done nothing but disrespect the flag. You condemn the current administration for the nightmare in Hawaii, but you say nothing about the nightmare of the COVID-19 disaster. Now that Donald Trump has been arrested, now you're threatening to kill people, from ordinary citizens to police officers, to judges, to prosecutors, to politicians and their families. All in the name of a man who would sell you out in a heartbeat if it makes him another penny or gets another vote. I would like to believe that you could be saved, but you can't. You've all crossed the Rubicon long ago. Political support for one person is one thing, but devotion to the point where I see many of you praying to golden statues of him, saying that he's Jesus Christ on the cross, comparing him to actual civil rights heroes like Martin Luther King and Nelson Mandela, donating money you say you don't have to buy groceries and gas. who call people who don't support him, like me, everything in the world up to and past the N-word, accusing people like me just because we don't support him of being terrorists, being Satanists, being rapists, being baby killers, questioning our religious beliefs, not because we may miss a church service here or there, but because we don't support Donald Trump. And more to the point, those who say that we are not Americans, all because we did not vote for Trump in 2016, 2020, and probably will not vote for him in 2024 if he's on the ballot, shows me that you sold your souls to Donald Trump. This is what you've done. So now, I'm done trying to save you. I'm done trying to convince you of the evidence of his guilt. I'm done trying to appeal to the true Americans within you. I'm done trying to quote scriptures to you to help you fight that hold that Donald Trump has on your soul. I'm done trying. So all you get from me is my pity that you sold your souls, your country, and your families to this man who would sell you, your families, your souls, and your country for money and votes. Now, this is going to sound racial, but I don't care because I want everyone to know how serious I am. You guys are a bunch of slaves, conditioned to obey the master. And that master is Trump. When he tells you to give your money to him, you do it. We have evidence of that. When he tells you to protest, you'll do it, and he won't stop you from being violent. When he wants you to die for him, you stand ready to die for him. And the only reward you're getting is him mentioning your name on Truth Social for a couple of days. No, matter of fact, not that I think about it, you're not really slaves, because that would be an insult to the slaves that helped build this country, the country that you're willing to burn in his name. You're more like terrorists. The same kind of terrorists that attacked this country on September 11th, 2001. The people who listened to a man who said death to America and promised 31 virgins after a suicide bombing and said that their deaths would be glorious. Trump is doing the exact same thing to you. He said he's being persecuted, that Americans are the enemy, and promised that you will be forgiven if you cross the line of killing people in his name, and that your deaths will be glorious. And no matter what members of your families or friends, not your ministers or pastors, not even our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, if we all came to you and said, especially Christ, coming to you in the flesh, saying that Trump is not the way, you would deny him and call him every name in the book that you put on every person of color or immigrants in this country. At the time I wrote this, we're seeing Donald Trump being booked on felony charges. His mugshot is probably going to be made public by now. And you will still see him as Jesus Christ strung on the cross. I'm done trying to save you, because you are beyond saving. May heaven have mercy on your souls, if you still have them. But personally, I doubt it. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That's where we are in this country. We have one political party that's making mistakes, that's screwing up badly, but are man enough to know that they've made mistakes, that are trying to fix things. And then you got another political party that's just become a gigantic cult. They're actually happy that Donald Trump was arrested. Happy that this guy is facing charges, calling him the real winner of the debate. Of the first GOP debate for the presidency, for the GOP nomination. You got people out there like Sarah Palin. I just found this out hours ago. Sarah Palin says a civil war is coming to this country, all because Donald Trump was arrested. These people are willing to go to war for this guy. That should scare you as much as it scares me. They're not going to war, the civil war against this country, because we're trying to free people from oppression. They're not trying to go to war, in the civil war in this country against a tyrannical government. They're going to war for one man, Donald Trump. Just one man. When we fought the Civil War, it was about slavery, about freedom. When we fought the Revolutionary War, it's about fighting against a tyrannical government. See, the biggest lie that I've been hearing from Donald Trumpers out there is that they're going after him because he had the guts to go after, to try to fight for, I should say, election integrity. This is not about election integrity. It never was. Did Donald Trump have the right to challenge the election results of 2020? Of course he did. Any political person has the right to do that. They have the right to go to court to challenge those election results? Absolutely. Al Gore did. Did he have the right to intimidate poll workers? Do you have the right to intimidate voters in this country? Do you have the right to intimidate secretaries of state into finding votes that would swing the election to him? Did he have the right to send his lawyers to find some way of getting fake electors to swing the election back to Donald Trump? The answer to all those questions is hell no. He did not have the right to do any of that. And that is why he and 19 other people are being charged in Georgia, because that's exactly what they did. They broke the law. Pure and simple. We're not going after Trump because we don't like the son of a bitch. We're not going after him because he's the worst president that this country has ever had. We're going after him because he broke the law. Pure and simple. Now, the last thing I want to talk about before I close this out is that I watched CNN and MSNBC last night during this whole thing, last night during Donald Trump's surrender, them tracking the plane flying down into Georgia. And every single one of them kept saying variations of the phrase, "This is a sad day for our country. I never thought this would happen." This isn't a sad day for our country. You know what a sad day for our country was? September 11th, 2001. I actually lived through that day. I wasn't in New York or Washington or Shanksville, but I remember being a high school senior in Kentucky. I was in Coach Clayton's history class. We were about to watch a video about the Second World War. The next thing we know, we see 2 burning buildings. And learning later on there was a terrorist attack. Later learning on that the Pentagon was attacked. Later learning on that another plane crashed in Shanksville, Pennsylvania. You see, the real problem I have with people saying that Donald Trump's arrest was the worst thing that's happened in this country, that this is a sad day for our country, that people should not, that we never thought this could happen in this country. It's not the saddest day of our country. This was goddamn inevitable. It shows that the law binds us all. The Constitution binds us all. Or it's not the Constitution and it's not the law. If Donald Trump was not arrested, was not booked, his mugshot not everywhere online, then this country would be destroyed. It would be the saddest day in our country if Donald Trump were to just skate free from this. And as I said in my statement, the people who are so angry that Donald Trump was arrested, these are the same people who say that I'm not an American because I don't vote for Trump. I'm an American because I believe in my Constitution and I believe in my laws. This country is bigger than just one person. Donald Trump was our employee and he failed. And because he failed, we fired his ass. Joe Biden is our employee and obviously he's failing and obviously he might be fired. The President of the United States answers to us. We do not answer to him. And that is the problem with a lot of people in this country. You think because it's Donald Trump, we have to bow down to him. We have to bow down to Donald Trump. Hell no. He is supposed to answer to us, the people of the United States of America. And because he didn't think of that, he tried to stay in power because that's who he is. He thinks power is supposed to be the ultimate end. Well, he's learning the lesson that he works for us. And he is bound by the same rules all of us are in this country. If he can't understand that fact, the reason why the fact that he didn't understand it is the real reason why he was arrested yesterday, why he was taken into custody into Georgia, why he was fingerprinted, why matter of fact, he fucking lied about how much he weighs. I don't weigh 215 pounds and I don't even look half as ugly as he does. Why he has that mugshot. He's being treated like a citizen of this country under the law. When you break the law, you're treated like a criminal. Fact of the matter is this. He was just in a prison in Atlanta where they booked him and all that. Wouldn't you want the same thing to happen to all criminals in this country? But since it's Donald Trump, no. Sorry, but that isn't going to happen. And you can call us whatever you want. You can threaten us all you want to. But in the end of the day, Donald Trump is getting exactly what he deserves. He earned this smoke. He made his bed. And now, all of you Trumpers, and Donald Trump especially, can lay in it. Cry all you want. Bitch all you can. But in the end of the day, Trump put himself in that spot. And there's nothing he, you, or anyone else can do about it at this point. Now, mind you, he is innocent until proven guilty. But honestly, with the amount of evidence that he has, and not to mention the fact that he actually hired an attorney that represents hip-hop artists. If that's his idea of a defense, then he's fucked. CTP, you know the truth. God bless. Peace to the left, justice to the right.